Nenra Afenyo Markin ko PM or join news abusafo ko kasa fa gold board ho. But my interest Sammy Gyamfi a day before or this statement about Bonten say obeteki legal action. Enra wuti Afenyo Markin answers now it looks like o make U-turn and Mepesa obeti amnesi. Sammy Gyamfi what never court and that's one foreign court. Sa video na mbaba no nya ho ntia say right here on Sokatwa show. Message also subscribe we are. No matter no bell notification icon video no drop here once abeka feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. No share link no na for anya bi ahwe. Lele Flower Green Clean Solution Center say open clinic company and apawe nwumre amama be prepare CC o fi honum office church bank institution sorry them all. Am ho ye kama ho ye hwam dey am friend numbers na go screen so kakra bi na bejew na yatwa ne yopo e the amount. Backhomeaccess.com about Ghana for more amano me patcho project na we Ghana hanum see no uni anti with me for when we enquestion what the ho dance here ya professional group ya register ye yam kwa na ye hu tumi ye be ko site honum na ba bia wo dan na wo si na duro no ya kamu no kra kyerɛw enti business na wo si ye be kamu no kra kyerɛw with pictures and videos asase bi kwampo na apesa okoto wonye too sure the location fashion sa ye be ko na ya kamu no kra dia kyerɛw enti we nya say wo de ko hye busuafo ne namfo so romad omne contractors na ya kana na wo betwa ontro bia dabi ye de entesa bibi bia apesa ye Ghana hanum see ya woni anti witri nya no frɛ ne fashion sa number ne go screen na log on to backhomeaccess.com ne place your request here unim say any 3 days Sammy Gyamfi ko PM join news file abusafo extortionist claim no say Afenyo Markin extortionist no no nkofo bibiri adijuma Ghana hanum say ya on refer mu to on refer mu as extortionist da that is Afenyo Markin wo ye bibia na Sammy Gyamfi ka sa na pe ana Afenyo Markin through the minority caucus on we statement be ka say ansem na gold board CEO ne ke kana abusafo omo abi taking legal action. Then Afenyo Markin ko PM upfront joy news programs no metedin wo de tie o interview no de me mpesa o beskipi utie manisi a wa mbo Sammy Gyamfi video ma bia so opeso ka gold board si and opeso ka Sammy Gyamfi was gold board edi entia number 2 and century ni busa no say obeteki legal action no answer no de ma me no na me nya convince say indeed o Sammy Gyamfi be court no the bible nyina bam e ho na me hu ni say e bia obemeki U-turn onso kohwe e bia na abete dem
There's no point in interpretation. And what I was taught at the law school, in reading a document, you read it as a whole. You don't read one paragraph and leave the other. The entire construct must be given its full meaning so that the effect could be achieved. So what you read, you started from somewhere, you didn't finish. So I will finish it. And I'm starting from where you started, the paragraph 13. This is what the IMF said, quote, in 2025, the significant scaling up of the domestic gold purchase program operations led to losses of over $1.7 billion, into bracket 1.5% of GDP, almost entirely related to the gold for reserve dowry purchases. This amounted to a loss of 17% of value of the dowry gold sold by Bank of Ghana. Full stop. The next sentence. Losses accrued on gold trade are a combination of service and after fees paid to gold board, discount on gold sold to off-takers, and most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between the Forex Bureau rate paid to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for Bank of Ghana accounting. See figure 7. It goes further. Survey data suggests that Ghanaian artisanal gold mining prices are among the highest in the region. Full stop. Next line. These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effect rather than economic cost, but they still weaken the BOG balance sheet and imply transfers to recipient of FX at the reference rate. Then it goes on and on. Now, let's break it down. The IMF, before they come out with their final reports, they discuss drafts with government. When the IMF comes in, they don't just... I need to give a background so that the mischief players would understand how IMF operates. Because I know the mischief out there.
So we just want to know the fact. Ghanaians are interested in the fact, not the mischief.
Very well. Yeah. When the IMF come, they don't come with their data. They come and audit what we have done by way of policy implementation. So upon scrutinizing the books, based on the very data that government gave them, they did their report, they discussed the draft, government agreed to the final draft, which resulted in the final report, which was published this very month in August. If you read this report, clearly...
Where in the document? I also have that same document.
Okay, go on. Read. I have read.
Yes. So
you start from where you started.
The portion you read.
In 2025, you started from 2025. I want to rely on
where you just read. I want you to tell us where specifically
the
gold board has been blamed for the $1.7 billion.
Let me repeat. Yep. Let me repeat it. In 2025, the significant scaling up of the domestic gold purchase program operations led to losses of over $1.7 billion. That is 1.5% of GDP. Almost entirely related to gold for reserve dowry purchases.
So we can end it there?
No, we can't end it. Wait. Okay. I did the interpretation.
All right.
My law is not weak.
No problem.
Good. That's semicolon. There's semicolon there.
There is, yes.
Yes. This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of dowry gold sold by BOG. Full stop.
Sold by
BOG. Full stop. Stop there. Next line.
No, so I'm struggling to really understand.
No, wait.
Where
Carlos, are you waiting for?
Yes. Okay. Proceed.
The next sentence.
Yes.
So
proceed.
Come. Don't
proceed.
Do anything. Next line. Losses accrued on gold trade are a combination of service and asset fees paid to gold board. Is there?
How and why are you linking this to no? Why are you linking this to the $1.7 billion loss?
Okay.
How is this one related to that?
Okay.
Explain to us.
Okay. Language. First of all, this report has first stated the losses in the first paragraph. So you saw a semicolon, and then you saw a
link before the semicolon. It's linked it to the Bank of Ghana.
Yes, don't worry. We are coming there.
Okay.
We are coming there.
Right.
They did not examine gold board books. They examined Bank of Ghana books. It's Bank of Ghana report we are dealing with. This has to do with BOG.
Yes.
Yes.
Talking about BOG. Maybe I made mistake. But right. BOG are referring to Bank of Ghana. Yeah.
So don't divert the argument.
Okay.
Follow that. When they stated the losses, the next stage was to give those who will read it the causes of the losses. Why Bank of Ghana incurred those losses.
Okay.
So they use the next paragraph, therefore, to now explain. So now let's go to the next sentence. The next sentence now says, losses accrued on gold trade are a combination of service and asset fees paid to gold board.
Okay. Can I
We have not finished.
No.
Wait.
No.
You don't want us to finish?
We are doing interpretation.
So let me finish reading the entire thing.
Okay, proceed.
When we are done with the entire job.
Sure.
So let me finish the entire thing.
All right.
Once I am done, then we can ask the question.
Proceed,
but
because
if we
of
are
time.
No, then we
proceed.
need more.
No
Yes,
problem.
sure. If we want to do justice, we need to all relax.
Go ahead.
Have a very good interaction.
Sure.
If we rush ourselves, the viewers may fall into a trap
of
let's misunderstanding us. Good.
Yep.
So now Bank of Ghana is explaining the cause of the $1.7 billion equivalent of 22 billion. So the next sentence starts. Losses accrued on gold trade are a combination of service and asset fees paid to gold board. Discount on gold exchange rate losses from the spread between the Forex Bureau rates paid to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for BOG accounting. So there is a full stop there. So now we can deal with it. Now, if you have followed the argument of gold board, one of the arguments has been that they buy the gold, they sell to BOG, the rates that they use is accounting for the losses that we are talking about.
But that is not the understanding I'm getting from the document.
Wait, can I finish?
Okay, right. Proceed.
Please, cool down. 2, some services are being charged. Now, if you go further, the report also saying that the artisanal gold in Ghana is the highest in the region. Now, who in 2025, who was given the sole mandate to buy artisanal gold? Gold board. You read it by law. We gave them monopoly over artisanal gold. No other agency sells gold to BOG apart from Gold Board. They appoint the aggregators who buy, they give them money to buy, sell to them, and they also sell to Bank of Ghana. So if Bank of Ghana, IMF is saying that artisanal gold is the highest in Ghana, is the highest in the region, that again is connected to Gold Board because they are the sole buyers of artisanal gold when the law came into being. The third bit that we must not forget, don't forget that government has been arguing that indeed the activities of Gold Board lies our economy and that we should look at those losses as economic costs. Now, if you read the report, the IMF is countering that argument, and I read it again. These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effect rather than economic cost. So straight away, the argument of government with respect to economic cost is defeated because from the report, the IMF is basically talking about policy failure. That look, you have this policy which you are trumpeting as a policy that is helping you stabilize your economy. However, the design of the policy, the nature thereto, and all the losses that you are incurring is affecting your own economy. And they give you some pointers. One, that even the artisanal gold, which the dory that you are buying, the Gold Board is buying and selling it to you, Bank of Ghana, is the highest. So if something that you are buying, that is why we said, "Won't gold, na won't boka." Take away the language otherwise. I think we've read about 3 times this same piece. You have it, I have it. Let's share it with the viewing public. Don't say IMF said and connected all the dots. And from what IMF has said, the fair conclusion, therefore, is that the losses as registered in the BOG books are as a result of Gold Board operations and activities. Simplicity. Now, why do I say we should not pay too much attention to the Gold Board audited account financials? We shouldn't pay too much attention to it because it wouldn't give you the full picture. Now,
but you said we should read this in the broader sense,
exactly.
in the broader sense,
so, yes.
to understand. So why do we have to do that, leaving the Gold Board audited account? Because we also need to respect.
You and I are on the same page. Relax, Carlos. Take it easy. I am saying that don't read Gold Board audited account, isolate it and say in their books there are no recorded losses and say it's fair and complete. Don't read the IMF reports alone and also say that in this report the losses are attributable to BOG and leave it there. These are 2 documents. Combine them. That is the basic rule of interpretation. At least my law professor taught me that. So I am saying that reading all the documents, Gold Board receiving some 4.5 billion 2 days to the end of the year, Gold Board being financed by BOG to raise the red flags, and the IMF giving us a breakdown that the losses that they have spotted in Bank of Ghana books are as a result of the forex losses, the asset fees, the services, that fees that they pay to Gold Board. They again also go further to say that the price we pay for artisanal gold in Ghana within the period and the review is the highest in the
which you have already stated.
Which
you've already
very
stated.
well. Which also goes directly to Gold Board because in the law we gave Gold Board 2 mandates. Mandate number 1, regulatory. Mandate number 2, monopoly in terms of control, purchasing. So no artisanal gold can be sold anywhere in Ghana. It becomes even a criminal offense if you don't sell to Gold Board. So once the IMF is raising a red flag and saying that, look, even the Dory gold that you buy is expensive. Once they raise the issue of the cost, you know the Dory gold? It is the gold in that raw state.
Sure.
You have not refined it, you've not done any assaying and all that. Now, if you buy that gold at the world market price, and Bank of Ghana does the refinery, or the gold is processed and is still sold at the world market price, okay? You realize that ab initio, you are going to incur losses because the cost, the price at which you are buying is expensive. When you finish, there are some processing losses. All we are saying is that instead of Gold Bond being emotional in response to us, they should pay attention to the content of the report and all the issues we're raising. And government must now sit down and do a proper review, which review would lead them to a conclusion that there are some gaps in the policy implementation and they have to fix it. As we
You know, let me just
they want to argue.
You know that the policy was actually introduced by the the NPP government somewhere in 2024, and they also made some losses about some $400 million.
Oh, Carlos.
How do you explain that?
I would explain to you. We introduced the policy. In opposition, our friends critiqued the policy. They said it was bad because of the losses there too.
Who made the losses then?
At the time, we didn't have Gold Board.
Yeah, no. But
At
PMMC,
all those players in the domestic gold purchase program with all the forex issues that have been captured. And in fact, the IMF captures it. I'm not being insincere to the report. IMF talks about the 400 million. Now, the political argument here is that the NDC in opposition, as a result of these losses, demanded for the resignation of the governor. They went on demonstration to come in and to repeat, continue, and rather worsen the situation, whereby they under reset, where they say things will be better, all right, are now incurring 22 billion.
What should happen? Should the BOG governor be fired?
Okay, this is what we, the minority, think should happen. We are very fair. We are saying that it is not just enough to look at the losses and shut up and all. This is what we have done. We follow rules and procedure. You may recall that we filed a motion when the initial report of 214 million losses came up. The majority shut it down. Today, I can tell you on good authority that we have filed a motion, which motion is now demanding a full accounting of the losses. So that would allow all the players in the value chain to appear before Parliament. Fortunately and happily, Gold Board itself has publicly stated that they would prefer to come to Parliament. In fact, Gold Board has called upon the new majority leader that he should not resist our motion. So thankfully, with that call, we feel assured that this motion will be carried. It won't be stampeded with 189 votes. The last time, you know, they whipped all their members to come and vote against. So if eventually we carry this motion and an ad hoc committee is set up, which...
Why must an ad hoc committee be set up when you have other committees that can equally do this job?
It's a special situation. You know, you are combining different sectors. The mining industry would have a word in there. If you look at the IMF report, the industry players would have to come and testify. The aggregators would have to open their books. We need to make inquiry, and it has to be transparent. We don't want...
So the other committees cannot do that?
No, in Parliament, the rule allows for ad hoc committee to look at such exceptional situations where we believe that the matter cut across, and we believe that this gold board matters. You're dealing with BOG, we're dealing with gold board itself, you're dealing with all those aggregators in the value chain. Of course, the artisanal gold mining companies themselves. All right? So we need to have a full review. By the way, organized labor has questioned government commitment in stopping Galamsey. Last year, they publicly stated that under the NDC administration, Galamsey activities have worsened. And we further argue as minority that we believe that the nature of these gold board activities is what is even encouraging Galamseyers.
Do you have any facts to that effect? But before you even answer that, let's go back to the gold board. You know, gold board actually started per the law March 2026. So why are you trying to... 2025, sorry, 2025. Why are you trying to blame them for some losses from your time all the way to this point?
Okay. No, Carlos, I am paying attention to language.
If I say you, I'm referring to the minority.
No, minority has not blamed gold board for losses before their enactment, please, with respect. Because of fluidity in information flow, let's speak accurately. The minority's contention is that the domestic gold purchase program by this government, which is being spearheaded by the gold board, has failed as a result of these losses. It's a policy failure that must be fixed. We are further contending that as part of our oversight, there must be a transparent inquiry which would allow parliamentarians and the people of Ghana to know the extent of weakness in the policy so that all of us will know which direction we lead it.
In 2 minutes, because I'm actually running out of time. Now, we've heard from the Gold Board CEO raise a lot of concerns about the position of the minority. You want to say something about it?
You know, we are in a political environment. People are free to oppose or disagree. But what the political environment cannot tolerate is the excesses there too. I have become aware of certain unacceptable language being put out there. I believe that I've taken appropriate steps together with my colleagues in the caucus, and we don't want to fall into any bait of diversion. This is an important national issue. It is not a partisan call. It is a patriotic call being made by a vigilant minority, however few our numbers. We want to focus. We promise the people of Ghana that we file a motion. We have filed that motion. Look, I won't be the first minority leader to suffer attacks. This afternoon, I had a talk with a colleague, and I said, sir, in other jurisdictions, minority leaders are even arrested. They are in jail. In other jurisdictions, minority leaders are made to report to investigative agencies all the time. In any event, you remember even my good friend Atu Forsen was facing charges in court, and NDC appointed him minority leader. All right? He was attending court 2 times, 3 times. So I'm very clear on my mind. The very day I took this job, I knew the weight of it. Everything is on me. I'm ready to live up to the task. I rely on my God, and I thank the party for the support.
Do you get the support from the party?
Always.
Because some are saying that the MPP minority in parliament is not as strong, criticizing the government, holding government feet to the fire, like they used to see during the times of Oseche Mensah Bonsu and the rest.
Time will tell. Oseche Mensah Bonsu had 8 years as minority leader, had 7 years, 4 months as majority leader. He stayed on all these years. Let people give me time. Give me the chance. I'm carrying 87 into an election. Let's go into the election. When we come back,
then we can tell.
And the numbers have reduced, you can then mark me. But for now, everybody in the space is free to speak. But I can assure you that however the challenges, however the difficulties, the caucus will stay united, make our case. We expect attacks, insults, intimidation. Already, like I said, dozens are facing Iyoko BNI investigation.
Will you be going to court on the other issue regarding...
I have made certain
I've seen your statement.
I'm saying I've made certain statements. I would rely on them without more. Don't rush. You see, in the Bible, Jesus was accused, wild allegations. He kept quiet and watched them. He could have done anything, but you see, when you are dealing with situations, the people of Ghana expect a certain level of maturity from me. The people of Ghana see that this is an accomplished businessman. He's been in the space for some time. He's leading a group. The tradition of the party MPP that I lead expects a certain level of conduct. So if I would be carried away with emotions, I will fail. It's not an emotional game. It's not a game that somebody attacks you, you should also react. No, you won't get it. There's always a bait in politics. But
you see this as a bait?
I'm saying that there is always a bait.
No, I'm asking you specific questions regarding this.
I'm saying that there is always a bait in politics. And don't underestimate. Opponents also have a strategy. I was a majority leader. I know how government operates. I know how government can divert attention. So I've been there. Because the government must hold itself together. So it can be throw this in. Today, social media, let's divert attention. Let's stay in the man. But look, Carlos.
Is that what is happening?
Carlos, in opposition, like I said, was Atufose not in court? Was it not worse than my situation? You get what I mean? So, as for this game, I want to assure the party that the mandate they gave me, God willing, that mandate will be discharged. We would work hard. The people of Ghana expect us to do nothing less. They expect us as minority to be forthright, to work hard, to hold the feet of government to the fire. We will do that. All other things that will come, we'll deal with it. So don't worry. Tomorrow we are resuming. We pray that the motion will be admitted. We argue, set up the ad hoc committee so that within the period of break, at least there will be hearing.
Okay.
So that by October, before we read the 2027 budget is read, I hope by that time the report will be ready. And once it is ready, the good people of Ghana would see. But I pray for a live broadcast of the hearing. Okay? And I also pray that there will be no U-turn.
The Gold Board hearing?
Yes, the Gold Board hearing. Yeah, you want a headline? Yes, you want a headline.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, the Gold Board hearing. We can safely say that. We expect that once the motion is carried, there will be a full public hearing of these Gold Board losses. I mean,
thank you.
Losses
Thank you so
attributable to Gold Board.
Speaking to us here on the probe.
I appreciate it.
And this has
the minority leader Afenyo Markin was for mountain and Kenra join us. Me the program the SC Enche Banana Janto Mowetin and Kawaii so Katwa Shomo for Steve Zandoni. Bye bye.